Okay, Mototerm's new website. So a lot's changed since the last model, stage 1. So we just got some details on the terminal here, also new dashboard there. So we've got details about the tools. Obviously this will build out as new tools appear. This is the page we want to focus on. So stage 1 was get term, access. So this page breaks down stage 2, which is a threshold drop-in tier system as a user base grows. So currently on wave 1, 10,000 term, at 10 operatives, the threshold moves down to 7,500. We can see here 10,000 term to access. So when we move up into 10 and above users, then the threshold will drop to 7,500. When we're at 50 plus, it will be 5,000. The only selling pressure that is created from this is from operatives. So let's say we hit up into 300 users and the initial first 10 operatives, they will have 10x the amount of term holdings, and they can sell that back into the market if they wish or do what they want with it. But there is two paths. As the tiers increase, this operative path will drop down into 1,000 and it will never increase. So once we pass that threshold, it will stay there. The cost to access will only be 1,000. So at the moment this is on wave 1 and it's 10,000 term, but the Genesis operative, okay, this is locked to 500 users only, and once we pass that 500 mark, then stage 2 will be over and then stage 3 will begin. Okay, so let's have a little look inside. Let's just connect our wallet. The first page that we'll land on is the live TX feed, being renamed trade feed now. First of all, let me change to my E9 background. Okay, so I'm not going to go over every single button, every single feature on here, but what I will do is just very quickly sweep over them. So you've got the heat map, you've got the USD values, you've got the wallet, you've got the ARB numbers, we've got the new token discovery collapse. I'm going to get into that. And same thing on the Nativeswap side. So you've got the left hand side, which is all Nativeswap trades, and then you've got the right hand side, which is all OP20 to OP20 filters. We've got liquidity, add remove, arbitrage, multi-hop, all buy and sell, and then you've got trade size filters, token filters, wallet filter. Same thing on the Nativeswap side. So when you open the charts, the Nativeswap charts, it might look something like this or be like this. Just expand the axis out a bit and just prep this. Just expand the axis out a bit and you'll see the chart here. Just switch it on to single. It'd be best to kind of tidy up and find your way around on the single chart. So let's just quickly go through some of the things here. Let's just have a start on the tools. EMAs, they need no explanation. Sell listings, this is the sell listings, okay, that are listed in this particular set of blocks. So we're on the 6 block time frame at the moment. Just look up here, okay, 1 block, 3 blocks, 6 blocks. So there's 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 1.5 hours, 4 hours. Okay, you get the picture. This is the amount of sell listings in this 6 block candle. Turn those off. Okay, volume bubbles, they need no explanation. They're relative to size, so as you move down the chart they will resize. It's visible volume bubbles. You've got delta as well, delta and total volume. Footprint stats, okay, let's just have a quick zoom into this. So looking closely at the buy delta, sell delta, buy reservations in dollar value compared against the Binance quote, we've got buy reservations in Bitcoin, and then you've got the number of swaps and the amount of tokens in those swaps. Okay, moving on, this table button, this is pretty cool. On the left hand side you've got 5,600 buy tokens. So this is how many tokens that have been bought. This shows us how many tokens that were listed as sold. This is the block. Before it is 68, as you can see, 168. The next entry is 563. It's trimming down the blocks that don't have any kinds of transactions or any listings or nothing. So it just cuts out dead blocks. So that's why that might look like a higher number. Price, buy reservations, number of buy reservations, number of swaps. You've got the amount of Bitcoin that was swapped, sell listings placed. Okay, so in this section 4 sell listings, this section 5 sell listings. This shows us the amount of tokens that were listed. This shows us the queue position for priority, and this shows us the queue position for standard. So you know, you can scroll right back and you know, if you adjust the chart, the tables all kind of adjust with them. Signals bar, pretty self-explanatory. Queue positions, just here you can see the amount that it's moved up or down. You've got the total queued, so the queue velocity shows us the amount of blocks it will take to clear the queue, which is maxed out at the moment. The slash rate, it just shows us how many buy reservations. You know when you place the buy reservation and it waits 2 blocks and then you confirm. Slash rate is when you place the buy reservation but you don't confirm it. Whether you're off doing something else, whether you've forgotten about it, whether something's happened and you haven't triggered that buy. This is what the slash rate is. Okay, fill VWAP. This one's a good one. Net queue turnover, net queue delta. It just shows you how much the queue's moving up or down. Buy reservations, and this is the next block countdown. Okay, so this will show us how long to the next block. Projected price, and it just gives you a little breakdown there of what exactly is happening. And that's for pretty much all the signals. Okay, the live mempool feed and the confirmed trade feed. Don't need to go over these again, I've explained these in the previous one. Okay, we've got loads of details up here with regards to the pool statistics. Down here is the mempool radar, which hasn't had any updates yet, but we'll look at getting some nice macro dashboard details. Okay, here we've got the pairs list, which you can add your favorites or disregard favorites, etc. Okay, moving on to the OP20 chart. Same kind of setup here, but there's a few other cool tools. A nice little tip, you got the line chart here. Turn the bubbles on and it just gives you a nice clean green bubbles, red, green, red. But when we start looking and zooming in, so for example, we see this big crash. Now we know this is a big crash. This is a large bubble. So we know this is a large bubble because we saw that in the group. So if we just quickly put on the footprint stats, you'll see that 11.8 billion in Delta tokens, okay? Total crash. Now, when I move this bubble out of the way, you'll see these bubbles resize. And now we can see what we're working with. Now we've got that one out of the way. We can see, okay, are there going to be buys or sells happening here? And you can see buy, another large sell, followed by buys. Okay, so price, as you can see here, these green bubbles coming in, price moves up. So we've got price moving up as we move. Still kind of all green, okay, larger bubbles. Now, if you want to just see what the size is, you can just keep this one on the right hand side. And you can see, okay, some larger ones here. Okay, I'm getting to my point in a second, just hold. But we've seen red dips followed by green pushes up. Okay, you can see these large pushes. Now there's other tools that I could spend all day going through different ways of interpreting the price or visualizing things. But you know, you just want to kind of keep it simple so you can just have a quick peek. And then as you can see, after the kind of, let's just call this accumulation, okay, that's when we start going parabolic here. Now I've zoomed out. This is a 15, I can't remember, billions of tokens there. So this is going to make all of these bubbles look small, so get rid of it. And especially this one here. So you can see this and boom, large bubble. So let's have a quick peek at what that was. So if you look in there, 1.9 billion tokens. But I think I've made my point here. So when you switch it on to OHLC, which is just another word for candles, it stands for open, high, low, close. It will look like this. It look like dots. Okay, that's just because each block is 10 minutes. It's not instant. It can't create wicks. Okay? It's just a price change. So what we can do is go onto tools. You can either put EMAs on, or you can put the TWAP, and that will kind of give you a little bit more of a price visual. Signals bar, same kind of setup. We've got an ARB window here, got flow correlation. This is the macro BTC inflow into the Nativeswap, $267 over the last 24 blocks, which is about 4 hours. Got the OP20 radar here showing you what's most active. So the ARB history window, this is just showing you the kind of gap between the Nativeswap and the OP20, but everything has hover over explanation, so you know, just go ahead and take a read there. But this is what I'm trying to get at with this ARB history. There's a Nativeswap price, there's an OP20 price. When we swap an amount, you'll see here 23%. So let's say we swapped you know, what's that, 20 million pill. Okay, we've got 20 million pill in there. That's going to give us nearly 16,000 Moto, and you can see here 33%. Okay, so what that means is that when you're going to buy your Moto, there's different paths to buying the Moto, and this is what leads us onto the next page, root sim page. Okay, this is one of my favorite pages at the moment. So let's just quickly come up to here, feed. Okay, click that, boom, you got the live feed right there, adjustable. This is adjustable too, so we can just maneuver that. But on here we've got some important stats. You've got the queue, you've got the buy reservations, we've got prices, a little chart widget, and we've got here, look, liquidity states. Now at the moment there's not a lot going on, but it's very early. First month, second month, entering into the second month now. This is all gonna light up. So if you just click this here, we can read what the liquidity states are and how it's broken down. Okay, so how we're going to use this, look at the root sim. You know, you can throw some tokens onto the canvas. Let's start with BTC. So you can just knock these off, and you're going to add a pool. Okay, so where we're going to go, we're going to go to Moto to BTC. We want to buy some Moto. So you've got this is all adjustable. So we'll swap. It just gives you a little insight here into what's going on. Okay, so we want to swap, let's say 0.01 BTC into Moto. It will tell you the details here. So click trade. So you've got your trade there. Now everything is maneuverable. Okay, so you can just add this, move this to wherever you want, zoom in, zoom out, whatever. So we've got a trade there, one Bitcoin, 0.01 BTC to Moto, and we've got 13,068. Now let's do another path. So remember we was going to do 0.01 BTC. So here we can see our values that we've got for these two trades. So then we're going to swap the pill to Moto, and you can see here it was 24.25 pill, and you can see if we take this route, BTC to pill to Moto, we'll get 18,800, and that'll be an extra $244 on Moto. And when you look at this in the price impact page, this all matches up. Okay, so let's try a different path. So we've swapped 0.01 Bitcoin and got 48,000 Ichi. And when we swap that Ichi to pill, if we get more than 24.25 million, that's a better path. And as you can see, when we take this path, Bitcoin to Ichi, Ichi to pill, we won't even continue that path because you can see here we've got 12.37 pill. Okay, let's try this path. Then swapping this wrap BTC into Moto, and you can see here, look at that. So for 0.01 Bitcoin, taking this path through the Nativeswap, you get nearly 50,000 Moto. You know, when you get into this, you can build all your routes and find out which one works for you. One cool thing that I forgot to mention, up here you've got a button that shows us the live quotes. Okay, so if you left this page open, this would actually adjust each block. We've got this little kind of purple arrow button, and it shows us in here, you can see 9.1k to 10.2k, and what this is a multi-hop trade, Moto to Ichi to pill to Pepe to Moto. So it's basically that, and it's in one block, switching, boom, 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 and making 12%. Okay, this person has made over 1,000 Moto on this single transaction, and you know, you can go ahead and work yours out yourself using this Pathfinder and the trade simulator.